Hey, this is Jeff Emery with TechZulu, and today we have Michele Bustamante here on Bytes by MSDN. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Awesome. So, we got a couple of nice summer questions for you to answer. First one is, what is the coolest technology you've come across lately?
Ooh. So that's going to be a toss-up between Azure, of course, all things Azure, and all the new federated security platforms coming out, because I kind of love both of them.
So more like Geneva kind of stuff, or just
Geneva?
Geneva, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Geneva framework, Geneva server, obviously, card space Geneva, everything Geneva.
Nice.
And then also, obviously, Azure services and Azure platform, because hosting in the cloud is just huge right now. So a lot of customers asking about that too.
Yeah, and it will be in the future for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
What would be 3 to 5 technologies that you'd steer people at for this summer?
Okay, so where would I steer people? Well, obviously, WCF 4. And Workflow 4. So together, those two things are actually going to have a lot of synergy coming in the release of Visual Studio 2010 and that time frame. Dublin, because that combined with .NET 4 is really sort of what we're calling the new middle tier. It's going to provide a really nice, solid way to manage the life cycle of your workflow services. And I venture a guess that people may want to really look at developing their WCF services as workflow services, dare I say, in the .NET 4 timeframe.
Well, are you going to be writing a new book on that then?
I am updating my book for 2010, absolutely, and I am evaluating how I'd like to position that, because I'm really excited about some of the things I'm seeing in Dublin related to tracking and monitoring your services, and you don't get that unless you design them a certain way in .NET 4, and it's huge.
Wow, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's really pretty cool.
How do you prefer to consume your tech? Is it like podcast, blog, books, video?
I search for stuff as I need it. I'm not a regular blog reader because, again, I'm always so busy with my own deadlines, really, to be quite honest with you. I go and look at those blogs I need as I'm dealing with a particular subject, because remember that as an architect, I go across the board. So I go really deep in things like, federated security and Azure right now, but there are times that I have to go deep in other areas too, in order to solve a problem for a particular customer. So I kind of I tend to float around, where I need to be.
So you've been mentioning federated security a lot. Like, what is that exactly?
What is federated security? Well, I guess primarily what it is the ability to add partners to your ecosystem and allow users that authenticate in another domain to have access to your application. But you can look at it another way. Imagine adding Windows Live users to your new web application or set of services, right? So if I could have access to that whole domain of users by saying, listen, if you have a live account, you get in, then you have an ecosystem built in. So that's also done with federated security.
So yeah, so the new live messenger stuff, the live ID sign-in, that's all done with federated security.
Yeah, basically.
So you're also a regional director?
Yes.
Describe what that is and what that means.
So a Microsoft regional director is, it's a partnership with Microsoft where, there's about 120, I think, in the world, basically. So it's a very nice honor to be part of that program. And the goal of that program is really to bring information from our customers and real world to Microsoft and help give feedback on the platform and things that people need or are looking for, but also to make sure that we divulge the right information and get that out to customers, either through whether it's public speaking and blogging or whether it's really just direct work with your customers, that type of thing.
So do you feel like regional directors shape more of the product than like an MVP, for instance?
It's a bit closer of a relationship. I mean, there's a lot of MVPs. MVP is still a great honor, and I think that you might find that there are levels of MVPs. There are MVPs that are MVPs because they answer lots of forum posts, and they really help the community in that way, and that's really important, because without that, who would help the community that are on the forums?
Right.
And then there's MVPs that are maybe a little bit more high level on a business side, right? That just are, like you saying, shape the product in a different way. So I would say RDs tend to be more on the business side of that. Still very technical, but most of them are business owners and dealing with customers at a different level.
All right, well, this is Jeff Emery with TechZulu for Bytes by MSDN. Thank you so much, Michele.